streets never sleep, sucker.
Oh, if you remember, I mean, what was the point, in the fight where you were like, oh my God, like, this dude's good.
It was in the second round where I was punching him. I knew I caught him real good, but I knew I used a lot of my energy to get him, and then he was still there because he was used to training hard like that,
Yeah.
So then it told me something about myself. I need to kick it up a notch. And then we had these wars back and forth. We would fight. We fought 4 times. And, no disrespect to Patrick, but 4 times I lost to him, but 2 times I know I beat him.
Yeah.
I know that it was just that he was the favorite. That's how boxing is. There's always a favorite, going into the fight. There's always somebody who's supposed to win.
Yeah,
and a guy who's, you know what I mean? So he was always that. He was the number 1 at the time.
Right.
When we fought,
Right. I mean, and he clearly had more fights, so you know.
And he was the number 1 kid in the nation. But now it's me.
Definitely, man. I mean, fast forward to right now. If you were really gonna, describe yourself as the kind of boxer, like what kind of boxer would you say you are, style wise?
Style. I would say like an aggressive boxer, puncher.
Okay.
I have a real defensive style, but I'm also aggressive in my approach. I don't get hit a lot, but I don't run around the ring. So I got an in-your-face type of style, but real slick. Not trying to get touched, but I want to be close so I can hit you a lot.
Totally.
Right.
Totally. And I mean, I feel like you got to really give credit where it's due, and definitely giving credit to your trainers. So I mean, why don't you tell us about who your training team is and who gets you ready for all these fights?
I got my boy Shakai right here,
right to the left.
So. He's a part of it, he spars with me. He's been sparring with me since, I want to say 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Always helping with pads, everything like that. My head coach is Ahmad Mickens.
Okay.
And he's in Stamford, Connecticut, Revolution Fitness.
I see his name in the paper a lot because of you.
Yeah,
right now.
I owe a lot to him.
Yeah.
Man. He's done a lot for me too. When I couldn't afford the gym, he didn't ask for a dime. He just said work hard.
Yeah.
And you could be here for free. And then my second coach is Victor James. He does a lot too. Pad work. Whatever I need. If I need rounds, he's gonna do it, no matter what. Like,
of course.
I tell him whenever, he's gonna come out and he's gonna do it. He wants to see me go to the top. He has nothing but belief in me. Everybody.
And it takes a special person to do that, and it takes a special person to really receive such love like that. They really got to see through. And like I said in the beginning, like you got a heart full of gold, but it's also like a lion too. So I'm sure he saw that. And I know Shakai, you were mentioning too, like you're professional. And I mean, is the rest of the team? How much experience does everybody have? I'm sure a lot, but I would love to know.
Honestly, I'm actually we have a pretty decent sized team. It's about 9 boxers now.
Okay.
And I'm actually the only boxer who's on the national stage. All the rest of the boxers are novices, so they have under 10 fights. We have 2 of them in the finals of the Golden Gloves in Springfield, Mass, fighting next week, Saturday.
Okay.
So I'll be there to support them.
Totally.
To see them, because I know what that's like. I remember being there. It doesn't feel like, it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
When I won the Golden Gloves, Connecticut, and Golden Gloves in New England, that was in 2011. So
yeah, wow.
I still can remember all the fights. I can remember who I fought, everything.
Yeah. And it was still early on in your career.
Right.
That's what's up, man.
Now, one thing that we see it here and there is, especially with people young and doing big things, is putting on events in the community. And you've been putting boxing camps on for some of the younger kids in the city.
Right.
How important is it to, just give back to the kids in the community, especially those that either look up to you or just want to be a boxer in particular?
It's very important to me. That's actually one of the things that motivates me is the children. I know how it was for me growing up. there wasn't a lot of programs for us, so when I see a chance to do something for the kids that I didn't have, I really get excited for that. I want to take advantage of everything opportunity I can to help the youth. I'm a coach for the Stamford Peace League.
Yeah.
I coach the RF Youth Boxing. Anything I can do to help, the youth, because that's the future. And the last thing I want to see is like young kids just coming up, just being, not to be rude, but being dumb and stupid.
Right.
I don't want to see a bunch of kids just running around, thinking, I could be this gangster, and I just don't want to see that. Like, that's not the type of, that's the type of role model I had when I was young.
Yeah,
And that didn't get me anywhere.
No, totally.
And then, when you broaden your horizons and you meet people, you start to see like, wow, man, I was just following this dude's not a role model. Like, I don't even talk to people like that anymore. It's the world's life too short, man.
For real.
So I just want to save every kid I can, and get them on the right path immediately. So if I could be a kid's role model, I'm jumping up and down for it.
Of course, and I can only imagine, because how old are the kids that could train? I mean, like what's the age bracket that you?
I have kids from 4 to 18.
4 to 18.
So
I mean, sometimes there might even be a shot where even the younger ones don't know who you are. They think you're just coming just to help them with boxing, but they don't know like you're speaking from true experience.
Yep.
I mean, do you feel as though you're doing something like this to really, show kids that even are like eager to fight, that there is structure to do it? Because I mean, growing up like where we were, and even in school, there's a lot of chances and a lot of tension for fights, and we've both seen it firsthand. But it's like, do you feel as though this is something that's saving a kid who, basically showing them that if you have that type of feeling inside you to fight, you can put it to good use and in structured use?
Absolutely. Because not every kid that I have fights.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids out of the youth group ever.
Oh, so it's just like general fitness.
Yeah, this is something that I do for the kids, just so they have somewhere to go.
Totally. And that's more important.
Right. So they're not sitting out on this block, this corner, doing this for this guy, or, just happen to be the kid sitting out and the police may just pull up.
Yeah.
It's just, they could come there, work out, and they got a whole group of kids they can hang out with. So they don't have to be outside, because it's only 2 kids. I got a 9-year-old and a kid who's 14. So they're not even close in age.
Right.
So they just decided, hey, I want to fight.
Yeah.
The rest of them, they just come, train.
Yeah.
They just like boxing.
Yeah, just to stay fit. Yeah, keep them out of trouble. And it's amazing, man. I mean, I'm sure it feels, very special to you to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Of course.
It also disciplines them too.
Yeah.
Because boxing is a disciplined sport.
It really is. I can only imagine. I mean, just as much physical, I'm sure it's just as much mental, if not more mental.
Because you gotta listen. You being told what to do. You know what I'm saying? So if you could take that and listen, you know what I'm saying, you could take that as a part of life too. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention the kids, when they find out who he is or who I am, that's like big to them.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow. He was in the newspaper, or wow, I saw him on TV, or I was at one of his recent fights.
Of course.
They like that.
Right.
They feel like, oh, I got a role model now.
Yeah.
I want to look up to this guy. I want to be like this guy.
Definitely.
And I try to stay on top of that. Like,
of course.
I make sure everything I do, for now on, since I've been in a position where it's like a kid to tell me like, yo, I look up to you, or the parents to tell me a kid looks up to me.
Yeah.
I'll sign a glove, sign a shirt, and just I'm conscious of everything I do now, anywhere, because I'm not representing just myself anymore. It's these kids too.
Of course.
Because if this kid's telling everybody, oh, he's my role model, and then I go out and do something stupid, They're gonna be
It's
looking
all
at
a
this
waste.
kid like, well, why is he a you know? So
Right.
They inspire me.
Of course.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that I'm inspired by, you know, I am inspired by big people like, you know, Floyd Mayweather because he got the money. But really, honestly, to be really real, I'm not that inspired by Floyd anymore. I used to be. He's not to me, as far as boxing. If you were the best boxer, you fight the best boxer.
It's
You know
true.
what I mean? So I mean, I
Undefeated
love
or not.
everything he's done, but not to, you know, just like fight, you know.
Totally.
Him and Pacquiao fight, man.
Totally. And I mean, just to go back, you know, just to the training camps, I mean, one thing too, I feel like you're really teaching them is like teamwork. And I mean, how important to you is teamwork?
Oh, it's teamwork, make the dream work.
That's it.
You know, without a team, you can't do anything. You would need a strong team. You know, a lot of people say, oh, they self-made. I did this by myself and this, but that's impossible.
Yeah.
That, I mean, you can start something by yourself, you know what I mean? But you can't do anything and become successful by yourself.
Of course.
I just don't see that. You need a strong team. I don't care if it's a team of 3 people, 2 people. It's still a team.
You need someone to bounce ideas off, you know, even just a challenge.
Right.
The ultimate thing of teamwork is definitely challenging your team to make them better.
Because if you're the smartest person in your group, you need some new friends.
No, 100%. Yo, DOC, like we were saying, this is Streets Never Sleep. This is a hip hop show, so you know we're curious to see what music you're bumping before fights, before training sessions.
Oh, yeah.
But I say we get into some new music real quick.
Yeah.
We'll come back in like 5-10 minutes, and we'll chop it up with Chordale Booker some more.
Yeah.
Streets Never Sleep, man.
Streets never sleep, sucker.
All right, we're back at it, man. Streets Never Sleep Radio, 88.7 FM, WNHU. Where are we at, Doc? What school again?
I think it was UNH.
That's it. University of New Haven. We're here, man. Johnny Empire, DOC. We got the special guest, Chordale Booker, coming back now. We had to cut the music a little short because I don't think, I don't know how you other radio hosts do, but when we don't even play music, we're still chopping it up with the guest. And there were a lot of good things being said, which I feel like people on the air need to really know. Chordale, man, why don't we'll take a step back, but why don't you just tell everyone, in your mind, man, how easy or difficult is it to really overcome, your dream, to really do what you want to do and do it to your standards?
It's difficult. It's a difficult road going down, chasing your dreams, but it shouldn't be that difficult if you love what you do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be ups, it's gonna be downs, highs, lows, upsets. Boxing for me is something that I love. So whenever I have a tough night, a tough fight, a bad night, I just take it. I take the good with the bad because I know in my heart, I always said, man, I want to be a legend, and I'm going to be a legend, and that was something that I always said, period. I didn't know what I was going to do from the beginning, but I always knew I wanted to be the best at something. I always wanted to be the best. Like when I played basketball when I was a kid, I used to be like, man, I want to be like Michael Jordan.
Of course.
Because Jordan was the man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And before him, it was Julius Erving.
True.
I'm going to be like one of them. But, I'm 5'9", so I had to really rethink that.
You could throw it down back in the day, though.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Something. But it's just, what I always try to just get everybody to understand is just stay motivated, man. Whatever your dream is, whatever, I don't care what it is, the biggest dream to the smallest dream is gonna be ups, it's gonna be downs. But if you put your all into it, and without a doubt you putting your all into it, you're gonna come out with it.
Yeah.
You're gonna come out with it. It's just like I'm telling you guys, like I just said to you, like I know you're gonna get your show, Cause I love this show already, man.
Of course,
I've been here for what? How long I've been here?
Yeah, it's been, I don't know, like an hour.
Been here for like an hour,
Yeah.
12 minutes,
Yeah,
man.
fun in here.
You know?
Yeah,
and I'm
definitely.
just saying, like, man, that's how the universe works.
It's true.
It's gonna work out, man. I really, I can't even explain it. You know,
Of course.
I wish they could have just been here while we was talking. You know,
For sure.
it's just it's great, man.
But like we were saying too, this won't be the first Chordale Booker interview. So
Not at all.
so we said it. This isn't going to be
Definitely.
the first one.
A few
So,
years
Doc-
down the road, you'll see us like on YouTube or World Star.
Oh, yeah.
In a bigger studio somewhere, and he'll have just won some other #1 fight. And we'll be talking,
And we're going to say
and
this
we'll
is
be ta-
nothing. We saw him when he won his
And we'll
first
be
one.
talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
this night right now.
Yeah.
He gonna have that WBC
Yep.
belt around his waist.
Yeah. We're
Absolutely.
gonna have to document this
And
day.
so
right?
far, you're 1 for 1. We're calling it. So, you know what?
Yeah,
That's
my,
right.
one thing I can say about my boy, man, he puts his heart and soul in everything. You know, he comes to the gym, he trains hard. We train hard 3-4 hours a day. Every time me and him we'll spar 15 rounds.
That's
No breaks.
And that's
No-
more
no
than
rest.
that's more than normal.
No rest.
Yeah.
We call it the doghouse.
Yeah.
That's the real doghouse.
Sheesh.
Not what Floyd do. We do the real doghouse. 15 rounds, no rest. Me and him will do that like 2-3 days straight.
Yeah.
Or we'll do like 8 5-minute rounds.
Right.
So
No, that's
one thing I
that's
gotta
true.
say about him, you know what I'm saying? He works hard. You know what I'm saying? And when you work hard, your dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
I worked hard, my dream come true. I never thought I'd be a professional boxer.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I was fortunate to be where he was at when I was in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't qualify for the trials, but I fought in a tournament that would have qualified me for the trials. And it was the hard work that I did. You know
So
what I'm saying?
yeah, so I mean, you really know internally
Yeah,
what he's
so
going through. Yeah.
What he going through, I already know. That's why we clicked when I first sparred him. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He gonna be somebody.
And that's the thing that I've always said, you know, about God. You know, him saying that he didn't get to make it to the Olympic trials. You know, I take him and my coach, Ahmad Mickens, and what they've been through, and you know, this is something that they would love to have been in that place, but and not taking anything away from them, but just saying, wow, you know, they were put into my life for this reason, you know, to train me to get to that next level, like kind of like living through me, you know,
Yeah.
like we all when I make it, we all make it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you know, everybody who support me. Like I'm gonna put CT on my back when I fight. I can't wait to
100%.
be able to say that because there's no boxers really on top representing CT. You know, and I want to be able to say, you know, I'm from Stamford, Connecticut, because whenever I go anywhere, I say, oh, I'm from Stamford. They say, oh, where's that?
Yeah. Right.
And
Right.
I
Right.
have to say this, next to New York.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like, man, I can't wait to be able to say Stamford, Connecticut, and then
And people
they're like,
say,
oh,
"Oh,
we know where Stanford is."
exactly."
How you know where Stanford is? Oh man, you know, well, Chordale.
We got the champ from the champs
That's
from
where
there.
Cordell from.
So you know, God willing, it'll happen though.
It'll happen, man, and we're excited. So, Doc, why don't you hit him with the most important question?
Okay, so this is a hip hop show we do over here, and I was just gonna ask, when you guys go to the gym, train, whatever, or before a fight, do you listen to any music? And if so, what gets you guys, you know, the most amped up to go and win?
I listen to Meek Mill.
There we go.
Best rapper of all time.
Man, Meek Mill, my favorite rapper.
Love me.
I listen to Meek a lot. I'm not gonna say Meek is the best rapper ever, cause lyrically he's not the best rapper. I would give that to Jay maybe, or like Eminem or something like that. But how Meek raps for me, just, you know, since I've heard him, since he was, I'm talking about, this is YouTube videos.
With the braids.
With the
Yeah,
braids.
with the nappy braids.
Oh, yeah.
You know, looking like a bum,
Uh-huh.
right? It was his feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It was the determination. How he used to just yell on the track. How he scrunched his face up. He felt those lyrics.
Yeah.
And that made me understand that, yo, this is he made me think about myself and how I am. Hey, yo, you already know how I was. I used to wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Word.
I couldn't hide how I felt. You know, it's just, man, Meek used to really like touch me with his lyrics, man. He just he still does. I mean, he's a little more commercial now, but
Definitely, but I feel like he's definitely, when it comes to rappers who what's the word? Who really like, you know, go over to the mainstream. You know, he's the one that really kept his whole steez, his whole swagger. Like, yeah, I mean, you can tell it's still Meek Mill. Like, you know, I mean, you could bump stuff from like his Mr. Philadelphia mixtapes, and he sounds the same. You know, now he's getting better production. You know, he's getting much more money. He's on the road all the time. He has, you know, Officer Ricky behind him, you know, helping out. So, you know, it's. I feel like when I say Meek is the best, I mean, I don't know, like me, my brother, you know, Doc, we've always been saying too, like we've been bumping Meek forever.
Always.
Even when Meek got out of prison, like before he got signed to MMG, me and my brother didn't even know that was the real Meek Mill. We thought that was someone who like took his name.
oh, really?
And until like he was actually rhyming, and we're like, oh shit, this really is him, and he's doing his thing. So Meek, that's excellent workout music and training music.
That's a guy who went through a grind. He had to grind for his, you know. It wasn't handed to him.
Absolutely, man.
It was at one time we was training hard to that levels.
Yeah.
Oh man, we might have to. We're gonna play that next music break.
But what I've been bumping though for this national championship, I was listening to that J. Cole, man. It was
that Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole thing.
Certain
it was
songs,
just
though.
that Tale of Two Cities.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Man.
Yep.
And Fire Squad.
Yup.
Yeah, that beats hard. That beats hard.
He had a few of those that I had to put on before I had to jump in the ring.
Absolutely.
Then I took it back. I don't know. I gotta pull it up real quick. It was I was bumping Flatline the last day. Last day I had before I fought, it was with PD Crack and Beanie Siegel.
The Becoming album.
Yeah, I had
solid album.
I don't know. It was. You know what had got me? I'll box your head off. Who gonna knock the kid off?
Yeah.
None of y'all. Which one of y'all? Come try me out. It was stuck in my mind because I'm like, I'm fighting for the title.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
And that's just that. Those bars kept playing in my head. So I had to download the song.
Yeah.
And then I just played that. I played it on repeat.
Totally.
Before I went to fight, I just kept playing that part with Petey Crack when he came on. I boxed your head off. Who gonna knock the kid off? you know? Cause it just got me pumped. Like, I'm gonna box his head off tonight.
I definitely respect that choice, man. I've never heard anyone come here and even mention that album, let alone.
Oh man,
hard album.
That takes it back.
Yeah, way back, like 8th grade, end of 8th grade for me, when I didn't quite understand all that album at the time, but I still liked it.
Yeah, me either.
But going back into the boxing now, you mentioned Floyd earlier, but who are some other fighters that you either look up to now or used to look up to, whatever the case? Whether local or major.
I looked up to Pernell Whitaker, you know, real defensive boxer, slick. He had to have the best defense ever, in my opinion. And a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, this dude can do anything and make you miss. I mean, he'll put you in the headlock and throw a punch around his back, then duck 7 punches. And you're like, what? Man, if you get a chance after I leave, just look up a highlight tape of him.
His name again.
Pernell Whitaker.
Pernell Whitaker.
Sweet Pea.
Okay.
Sweet Pea.
I'm gonna look him up.
YouTube when we get back to Blake.
Yeah. I mean, I had a couple of Sweet Pea moments too out there in National, so I really admire Sweet Pea's style. You know, he's fast, slick, defensive, but also, like I said about my style, just aggressive. He'll make you miss, and he'll make you pay for it. You know.
Of course. And I have to say too, man, like, you know, even you know, I always used to watch boxing but never really follow it. You know, the fact that, you know, we know someone that's really going through, you know, the mud to get, you know, to the top of the mountain, it makes me even put boxing in a bigger perspective because, you know, there's so many people that do it, but not many people really get shown the proper gratitude and clarification. And, you know, so I feel like, you know, what the steps you're taking are excellent. And, you know, even just for the people listening in, you know, I don't know if you touched on it before, but why don't you just talk about, you know, the moment you knew that this is what you wanted to focus on and continue as, you know, your day-to-day, just being a boxer.
What kind of, when I was in high school, I knew I was attracted to boxing, but I you know, we had our basketball thing going on. I loved basketball. I couldn't get away from it. So I told myself I'll start boxing after high school, you know, when basketball is done. And I finally just walked into a gym October 1st, 2009.
Yeah.
Started training. I fought April, I think 17th was my first fight. And I lost my first fight. I lost, and it took off from there. It was like, you know how competitive I was.
Of course.
I lost, and I was like, all right, now I have to win so much to get rid of that loss.
You see, not a lot of people are like that, man. Like you're a part of a bunch that's like that, man.
Yeah.
And it's inspiring too, just even to see someone have that hunger could really get someone to be like that.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's also what drives me, you know, just motivating. To hear somebody else say that I inspire them or I motivate them is so motivational for me, you know. And then I always ask to other people, ask them back, like, what is your dream? You know, what keeps you motivated? You know, I just like picking people's brains.
Of course.
Because how, you know, something that motivates you may trigger something in my mind, like, oh,
totally.
I spoke to this lady today. She came in the gym. Sorry to go off topic, but it just hit
Feel
me.
free.
She came in the gym today. No lie. I'm hitting the bag. She was like, this is the third time I've seen her. She was like, oh, I'm glad to see you. How you been doing with boxing? I said, I just came back. I'm the #1 kid at middleweight. She said, wow.
Uh-huh.
Seriously? I'm like, yeah. I'm the champ of the nation. And we just started laughing. And then I told her, you know, man, I'm just so blessed to be able to chase my dreams because I couldn't be here today. And she started tearing up.
Wow.
And I said, why you tearing up? She said, well, because you know, you're a young kid. She's an older lady. She said, because you inspired me. I said, well, how do I inspire you? And she was like, you know, it's just your fight, your determination. I said, no, man, there must be something else.
Of course.
Do you really, what is it? She was like, well, I've been fighting cancer. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, I started tearing up myself.
100%.
I was like, wow. All this time she been fighting cancer. I ain't know. And I was just like, wow, like, you fighting a bigger battle than me.
Of course.
You the real champ.
But
you know?
real fighters recognize the real fighters, man.
And this is no lie right here. I went, I had to go. I said, let me go change real quick. I want to finish talking to you. I didn't even notice. I threw my shirt on. I wish I had the shirt on right now. And I came back out to finish talking to her. And my shirt said, all in the fight. And it had the cancer symbol for the eye.
Yeah.
And she said, I like that shirt. And I looked down and I said, wow.
It was meant to be.
The next time I see you, I'm going to give you this shirt. Because I want her to remember that this day, I want her to remember this day forever. You know, and I told her, I said, this was meant from God. This right here, because I had on a pink, a gray, the shirt is gray and they got pink writing, and I had on gray sweatpants with orange. Usually I try to match.
Yeah,
but I wasn't matching, you know, so I just threw on anything. I just happened to have that shirt on, you know, so it touched me, man. I started tearing up, you know, and I told her, like, keep fighting. She told me she's fighting without the medication.
God,
you know,
God bless, man.
I'm just, man, God is good. You don't know what anybody's going through, but that's it right there. Like, she just inspired me in so many ways. She didn't even know how. She inspired me. She told me that, and it took me to another place. Like, here I am. I'm thinking about fighting people.
Mm-hmm.
Worried about another man across the ring while this lady has to fight an illness.
Yeah.
Cancer. You know what I mean? She's defeating cancer, fighting to live. You know.
It's yeah, man. My heart goes out to her sincerely.
Yeah.
So we got Chordale Booker in the building, man. Like we said, the night's not over. It's 11:27 right now. We still got more questions, man. This has been a very interesting interview. Just hearing, not only his talents in the fight and training and helping kids out. Chordale, he's letting it all out. He's letting everyone know, that dreams are achievable. And whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. And we're seeing it first person, man. He's right here. I say we get into some more tunes real quick. Let's get into some Meek Mill, and then we'll come back and we'll chop it up, man. Streets never sleep. Peace.
Streets never sleep, sucker.
That was Meek Mill with a bunch of records, especially his last one, Monster. That's that new one, which is crazy. And we got our brother Chordale Booker in the building, man, right here on Streets Never Sleep Radio, 88.7 FM WNHU. This dude was just saying that when he gets to the point, he's going to bring Meek out to perform with him at a fight. That's official. I haven't heard that before, man.
That's what I want, man. I always think about it, too, all the time.
I think you truly would be the first, and that's official. We gotta try and find this. We're gonna get this footage to Meek so we can hear that.
I need it. That's anything we can do to get him to come. I don't care what fight it is.
That would be official.
Send a video clip to his Instagram.
Yeah, right.
Tag at Meek Mill on these videos.
So before we get into the remainder of the questions, we have one question sent by our third guest who wasn't here to beat tonight, but he loves asking the guests this, but especially you. He wanted to know, in your opinion, what's the best food spot in Stamford, or where do you go after training?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Oh, you should see. He asks people, especially from Stamford. He asks them. He puts them to the test of where do they grub.
Honestly, man, I go to different places because it just depends on what I'm craving at that time.
Totally.
Because I'm always gotta eat like rabbit food, man. Just, in the time of training, so I'm eating like, salads all the time.
Totally.
So when I first came back, man, what I eat? I had Pat's Hubba Hubba.
Okay.
Cause I've been going on a rampage right now. I only been back for a few days, but I had Pat's Hubba Hubba. I had pizza. I don't even know where I had the pizza from. I just seen it in the
Stanford
house.
has some spots.
I said I'm eating pizza.
Yeah.
Anything with cheese on it is good.
Totally, yeah.
And I had Ready Rooster.
Ready Rooster, that's OG. I still gotta take Doc to Ready Rooster.
Oh, you ain't been to Ready Rooster?
Not yet, but they blessed me with Fiesta.
Fiesta, we've been to a couple times. Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah,
both of them phenomenal.
Stanford has some spots, man.
I love Stanford food.
I definitely, most of the time, every time I could get a cheap meal in, Ready Rooster, man. I love getting the I don't even know what they call it now, but every time I go there, I say
high
the
school
home run
or whatever. Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
With the cones though, no fries. I just got cones and chicken with chili and cheese.
That's official. No, I know. It's all good. I'm sure your metabolism is cool with it. It's fine. You're in the ring all day, man. That's what's good though. So Doc, man, what we got to finish this up, man?
So now, what is the next step for you? And is there any upcoming fights in the near future that people can know about and go attend?
Oh yes. Right now I'm in the New York Golden Gloves. This is something that I wanted. Other than the national championship that I won, this national championship is bigger than the Golden Gloves itself, because obviously I'm number one in the nation. Yeah. But the Golden Gloves is what I started boxing for.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Golden Gloves being on TV, being at the Garden.
I've definitely heard the term before used. Yeah.
Now they're at the Barclays Center.
Okay. That's official.
And that's what I started boxing for. This is gonna be my third time. I never won the Golden Gloves in New York.
Yeah.
So,
so you're gonna be fighting over there?
Yeah. So I'm competing to be in the finals in the Barclays Center, and it really honestly it's not as big as being number one to to the public, but to me, and because it was my first goal for boxing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be just as emotional for me to win. So that's the reason why actually I haven't turned pro, because I set these two goals to be number one in the country and to win the New York Golden Gloves.
Totally.
And I wanted to finish those goals before I turned pro. And then chasing those dreams, I fell into this Olympic dream.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, God works in mysterious ways, because I would have turned pro already.
Yeah.
Had I won these two things. But he kept me, losing, getting robbed, getting upset, and now I'm here, and now I'm like, man, I'm staying amateur. I could be an Olympian. Oh, I'm taking that.
Yeah, totally, man.
But I'll be fighting in New York. I don't have any dates yet, because they send you only a week prior.
Okay. Only a week, so
so you gotta stay ready. Stay ready.
Yeah, man. I'm sure it's like the big time when they give you months in advance to get ready. Yeah, I know, right, dude? I give you more credit than you know, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It really is a tough sport on all of us.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be a boxer. It's an honest sport. If you don't train, it's gonna show in that ring.
No, dude. I don't even know what to say. Of course, man.
They don't know what we go through, from the dieting, the training, getting up in the morning, running.
But yeah, sorry, I got off topic. But anyway, to get back to your question, so you definitely catch me in the Barclays Center, because this year's
we're in there 1,000%.
I'm gonna make it to the Barclays.
Yeah.
You just got to speak it into existence,
Yeah.
To win those Golden Gloves this year. I'll be in the Barclay. That'll be the finals fight. Also, making the national team, I got to qualify to go fight in the Pan American Games.
Dope.
So I get to go to Toronto, Canada.
Nice.
And compete and represent all of us.
Yup.
USA at middleweight. And I've never been out of the country. I have my passport ready. My passport has been on deck for the past 3 years, because I've been waiting for this opportunity.
Totally.
So I thought I was gonna get it 3 years ago. So I've already had everything ready, and I'm supposed to be going out for the Pan American Games this summer. So I'm excited about that. And then any other fights after that, I'm not even.
You'll post it on the social media.
That's it. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir. But before we check out of there, just let the people know all your social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, MySpace, if you still use it.
Yeah, MySpace. It took it back. I have Facebook still at Chordale Booker, CHORDALE, Chordale, and last name Booker, BOOKER. You can type in Chordale Booker on any social media; it'll pop up. And my @ name is at @thegift_7. All right.
Right on.
So definitely add me. If you need to holler at me, you need to talk about any, because I had people actually inbox me about just to talk to me, like, yo, how do you stay on this path, even if you lose. And if you want to inbox me and ask me questions or whatever it is, man, inbox me. I'm serious. Like, I really post stuff like that. I don't know if y'all seen my post. I had the green writing. I was like, yo, inbox me, or if you have my number, text me.
Yeah,
because I'm all for that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the thing is, I don't think you understand like what type of category that puts you in. Like, it's not, you're doing all these things. You could easily just, not give anyone the time of day. I mean, this dude, he's the type of dude I turn on channel 12, and he's on there, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's Chordale, man. But you don't have to do that. And I feel is that something, who or what like installed that into you to be like that?
It just made me think about, I'm gonna use this as an example, right? It was Allen Iverson was my favorite basketball player, right? I love Allen Iverson. I used to go to the games, and it was a day I ran up to the court and I looked at Allen Iverson. I said, "Hey, AI." And I'm screaming at him. And he gave me this little nod. And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
He looked at me. And then I went across the court. And this was when, Carmelo was the player. Carmelo just came out the
He was on the Nuggets.
out of Syracuse.
Yeah.
So, and I seen him at a Madison Square Garden game. And I did the same thing to him. I got there early. He was playing the Knicks. I'm like, Melo. And he wouldn't say nothing to me. He wouldn't even look at me.
Yeah.
He didn't. All you had to do was look at me.
Uh-huh.
I would have just been excited for that. And he didn't. He was like, shh. And he made security come and send me back upstairs.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was, and from there, it was like, wow. All you had to do was look at me, man.
Totally.
And I think maybe that plays a part in it. It's like, yo, you a human being just like everybody else.
100%.
Just as quick as you got it, it can be taken away like that, man.
And I feel like that's where you're ahead of the game, man. The tricks of the trade, and you're doing it. And it's like I said, even just from playing ball with you in high school to seeing where you are now, I can't even describe how amazing it is to see you doing all this. So seriously, congrats, to all your future endeavors and everything you've been doing. And I know this isn't where it's going to stop. It's the resumes that keep building up. And we personally just look forward to seeing your success and chopping it up with you in a couple of years, man. Because hopefully next time we get you on the show, it will be something even bigger too.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that. And the same thing goes for you guys.
100%.
Because
man.
I have the same way you feel about me. I feel about the two of you. You too. Intern my man over here. So I feel the same way about you guys.
Totally,
like,
man.
This is a great show. Seriously, man. I really mean that.
It's all love, man. For real.
You guys are gonna really, you guys are dedicated to this. Anytime I see somebody dedicated to the craft,
Yep.
you're gonna make it.
It's true.
It's inevitable, So I can't wait for us to grow together.
That's it, man.
Where it's a point where I just come on the show just to come kick it.
Absolutely.
Straight up, open door policy. We tell everybody, very few take it up, but any Wednesday night you feel like coming to chill, come through for the show, just let us know you're at the door. We'll let you in, man.
No doubt, man. I can't wait till we all go up. We all going up, man. We all going up.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
If Mitch
but
was here, he'd say glow up.
Yeah, it's true. He would. Oh, man. So, definitely just want to say a big shout out to Chordale for coming through. It's 11:50 right now. We're gonna get into some new music. We'll say peace at around like 11:58. But from the bottom of our hearts, man, everyone here, especially my family, just congratulations and everything you're getting, you truly do deserve, man. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
So,
and the same goes for you guys. Seriously,
nah, 100%,
I really mean
man.
that. Seriously.
I'm saying it genuine. I don't even need a
I
response,
already
man,
know that.
for sure.
I know that. We go way back.
100%, man. So, like we were saying, this is Streets Never Sleep Radio. Your boy, Johnny Empire. We got DOC right next to me, man. Let's get into some music right now, and we'll close it up. Streets Never Sleep. Peace.